Investigating for you. This is News 4 Tucson, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Sean Mooney, and we begin with the University of Arizona and the city coming together with a new addition that'll make the road safer for bicyclists. News 4 Tucson's Domenica Fuller has the details. It's new at 5:30. Well, Harrison Road is back open after a deadly motorcycle crash shut it down earlier today. A motorcycle and car collided near 32nd Street around 11:30 a.m. The motorcyclist killed in the crash has been identified as 46-year-old Noble Thorpe. Tucson police say drugs and alcohol do not appear to be a factor in that crash. An elderly woman is in the hospital tonight after she was hit by a car on the north side. It happened around 3:30 this afternoon near Oracle and Orange Grove. She was walking in the crosswalk with her husband when she was hit. Her husband fell down with her, although he was not struck. The woman is in serious but stable condition. Northwest Fire tells us the driver stayed at the scene. One Cottonwood police officer is undergoing surgery today after being shot in the leg overnight. It happened outside a Walmart. An employee said she was allegedly assaulted by several people. When officers responded, they too were attacked. One suspect was shot and killed. Another was shot in the abdomen. The officer is expected to recover. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of an early morning house fire in Oro Valley. It happened just before 4 a.m. near Tangerine in La Cañada. When Golder Ranch fire crews arrived, they saw heavy smoke coming from the back of the house. They cleared it out to make sure no one was inside. They then found a chimney that's attached to that house completely involved. Crews quickly put that fire out. Now on to a developing story. We now know the names of the two men injured during an emergency landing in Sedona. Take a look at the damage. 65-year-old Robert Coaster and 71-year-old Charles McMurray both suffered non-life-threatening injuries in the crash. The FAA is still investigating the cause. Well, dozens of men took aim at one another with rifles this weekend at Picacho Peak State Park, but they were incapable of wounding each other. That's because it was part of a Southwest Civil War reenactment. Now, it may have been more of a skirmish than a battle, but as the state's only official Civil War engagement, it justifies as a reenactment. Well, Tucson's largest arts fair is wrapping up tonight. Let's take a live look now at 4th Avenue. Maybe you got out there courtesy of a webcam atop Sky Bar. Now it looks like the crowds are starting to dwindle down. It's going to officially shut down at 6 p.m. There was more than 400 arts and crafts booths, 35-plus vendors and street musicians this weekend. The next street fair will be held December 11th through the 13th. John?
All right, Sean, I was out there on Friday, and it was a pretty good turnout.
It stung me.
Wow, not even reporters are safe. A firefighter had to rescue a news reporter in Phoenix after a bee attacked her. It stung her in the scalp, as you saw there. She says it hurt, but she'll survive. Ironically, she was covering, you guessed it, bee swarming in the neighborhood. Getting involved in her story. Coming up on News 4 Tucson, live at 5:30, how thousands are hoping to lower the number of women diagnosed with breast cancer. And Starbucks is brewing up new controversy. Keep it here. News 4 at 5:30. We'll be right back.
Investigating for you. This is News 4 Tucson. Sean Mooney, Richie Melby, and John Patrick. This is News 4 Tucson, live at 5:30.
An incredible stat. 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer, and thousands race today in hopes of lowering those numbers. The Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure was held this morning on the campus of the U of A. It's a chance to honor those lost and to celebrate the survivors. It also helps raise money for research and to build awareness for a deadly disease.
We need to support it. We need to put money in for research so that our children, my daughter, my granddaughter, doesn't have to worry about this.
KVOA is once again a proud sponsor of the event. Fundraisers like this one has helped nearly 75,000 people in southern Arizona in the last 5 years. Well, just a week after it began, Starbucks baristas are no longer writing "Race Together" on coffee cups. Starbucks says the move was an effort to get people talking about race relations. And get people talking, it did. But not what they expected. There was heavy criticism on Twitter, so Starbucks has decided to end the cup messages. They say the initiative will continue in other ways. Come outside with us, won't you, for a live look outside by the News 4 Tucson Skynet camera at Speedway in Campbell. Beautiful shot there of the U of A. And this morning, I was out there with the rest of the KVOA crew for the Race for the Cure, right? JP, I ran the thing. Right? And I'm running along, and I'm just thinking. 5K? Yeah, it's 3 miles. All 5Ks? And I'm running, and I go up to next to these ladies, and I said, "Can you believe this weather?" And she goes, "It's a little warm." I'm like, what?
Well, guess what? They're in for a treat because it's really going to warm up here over the next week. I know.
Awesome.
If you like this weekend, hopefully you were able to get out and enjoy it. Because
3, 2, 1, go!
Walking up 3,000 steps can get some people huffing and puffing. Some people?
Yeah, most people.
But imagine doing it on a bike. Well, that's what one Polish stunt cyclist did today in Taiwan, and he set a world record. He jumped up one of the tallest buildings in the world, but even that building was only 2,000 some steps. So guess what he had to do? Once he got to the top, he had to take the elevator back down and climb back up again to set the record.
That's pretty impressive, Sean.
Yeah, that's one of those why.
Yeah.
And what's really fortunate, though, is that we don't have to worry about having our bikes inside, because we can take ours outside and actually enjoy riding them, right?
Yeah, for a little while, you know, in a month or two, I think you're going to be sweating it out, that's for sure. But, you know, hopefully we can keep those 100s off for as long as possible. We are going to see that first 90 in your forecast, though. We have a few days to get there yet, mid-80s as we head on into your upcoming work week. It's about 85 degrees tomorrow. A little day-to-day change from there, but as we head on into next weekend, check that out, Sean, by Saturday, Sunday, back up near 90 degrees for the first time this year. Now, on average, we hit our first 90 in Tucson around April 9th, so that'll be a couple weeks before average, but not too far off.
Icebreaker.
It's
Thinking about it.
Yep.
That's all the time we have, and we'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.